Hi.
I mean, live. Are we live?
Yes.
Okay, hi everybody. Kyle's here. Welcome back. It is season 4, episode 7 of ReZero. We are very excited to be here today. I'm taking over for Wolf as host again because he worked today. So I'll blab a little bit before we get introducing. There's really no updates on Reverie. Myself and Wolf are going through a bit of a move right now, so things are a little choppy until we're all settled. But once we are settled, we will be back on track with Arc 7. But we are going to continue to react to the season 4 content every week. So don't you worry, we'll be here. Gentlemen, tell us who you are. What do you do? What do?
I voice the Subaru sometimes in our readings, and I co-host ReZero podcast. And my name's Wolf. Hello.
Amazing intro. I am your host, Gold, and today we are here with episode 7, and I'm really excited. I also do the podcast, I also do some voices, and I am excited to be here on this wonderful ReZero Wednesday. I almost said
Woo!
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. That's how we all learned to spell it in school. Hi, I'm
That's how I
Connor. I'm
still do.
another host of the podcast. I also do voices. And hey, all 4 of us are back today.
Yeah!
For an episode that's absolutely nothing's gonna
Yay!
happen.
No.
Totally chill.
By the way, I'm Kyle's. I voice Amelia. I've been away for 2 weeks because I've been a sad boy. I'm back! I'm not sad.
Well, there's no reason to be sad boys today. Today we
No,
are
not
happy
at all.
boys.
What do you
Today's
mean?
the best episode.
Did you see what happened to Julius last week? I think we should all be sad for him.
No, it's
I just-
alright. It's alright. He has a friend.
He has
He's
friendship.
got a friend in me.
To me. I just want everybody to know that I struggled to repeat using the same sad track throughout Arc 6, so be prepared. That is the only spoiler we will give. Without further ado, I don't think we have much to say beforehand. I think we're all freaking ready to get started.
You
You've been
frickin'
itching
pricks.
for this one.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it all day.
Take
Okay.
care of our Julius.
As a bit of premise of how this works for everyone, I am streaming the subtitles of the episode here at the bottom of our screen, so you can easily match where we're at. But you should get your own copy of the episode at home to watch along with us. To make sure to support the anime, and also for obvious copyright reasons.
Also, they burned down all the fucking good pirating sites, so
What? What's that?
It's where you can get One Piece figurines.
Oh,
One Piece.
oh yeah.
Pirating sites.
Monkey D. Luffy here.
Do you actually love One Piece?
I actually started it. I really do love it. Yeah.
Nice, great. Okay,
Oh,
well,
nice.
let me tell you when you catch up.
I'm in
'cause
season 1.
I love it.
Oh, season 1.
Anyways, go ahead. You got a long way to go, but it takes
I'm on
a
episode
few
8.
years. It takes a few years to get to.
Sidetrack of the
Not to be 3
century.
years. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. This is anime only friendly. We've already mentioned this here, and it's in the pinned comment. But this is an anime only friendly stream. We're not going to be spoiling anything from the novels, despite us being filthy novel readers, until the end when we say so, and we will give lots of warning, because we don't like spoiling people. It's cringe. Yes.
Yeah, all those YouTubers that spoil, we fucking hate you. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
A
Yeah,
strong
they should
word.
die. No.
I didn't say that.
Whoa!
Then they can go back in time, learn from their mistakes, and try again.
Yeah, this
Wow.
is ReZero.
It's a lesson.
What?
I don't like the wholesome.
Yeah.
Look, this is like the last
I'm
bit
spicy.
of peacetime that we get for a while. Okay, let's just be happy.
ReZero and peace? What is that?
Okay. Are we ready, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
I'm going to count us down from 3, 2, 1 to go, and then us reactors and then you at home can play at the same time, so we're all nicely synced. Are we ready?
Hi.
3, 2, 1, go!
Woohoo! Beautiful green room. Yes, huh?
I forgot to check if I was in sub or dub. I got really lucky there
Is this a new OST?
already.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
it is.
There's
yeah.
so many new ones.
This must be the green room theme.
Floppy, to make sure we stay synced, we don't skip over anything. So we're all good on there.
Mm-hmm. Damn Crunchyroll.
Well, so I would never skip a ReZero opening. That's heresy.
True.
100%.
Thank you, Julius.
Thanks,
Hill.
Julius.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, Julius Hill.
Yeah, Something Witty is a different anime channel.
I don't know why, but
Anybody who
Julius
does-
joking and Anastasia just cogged out behind him is really funny to me.
Seeing Amelia's outfit like this is really cool. Now I gotta adjust my cosplay.
Yeah, when she doesn't have the cloak on,
Mm-hmm.
looks
Yeah,
very
who
different.
knew she had freaking cold shoulders?
No
That's
opening.
annoying.
True.
Kashira.
You had that so
that was
synced
so
on my
synced.
end.
That was
crazy.
terrifying.
Yeah! I'm watching season 1 with my friends, and every time she does, we practice.
Oh, that's what you mean by cold shoulders.
Yeah, her shoulders are exposed.
Ooh.
Which
You're
is her
giving
whole
everybody the cold shoulders because she's the Witch of Ice.
It makes sense that she can swing her arms without constraint.
Yeah, very, very smart.
Damn.
Damn.
Poor
Take that.
Subaru.
Look at that booty shot of Shala.
Oh my god!
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Oh, wow.
Go-
The
Goldeneye
cake!
Gave in sync dams at it. Jeez.
As I say in the web novel, shapely woman.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to rewatch this after by myself.
Did we need the flashback? Did we?
We sure did.
100%.
We spent so much time animating that booby jiggle. I love her voice.
It's great. Your take on Shala sounds more like the Japanese than the English dub, which is interesting.
Interesting.
It's the panel from the light novel. The illustration.
Yo.
That was an ominous.
Hola.
My stomach.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
The vocalization of what she does is one of my favorite things that she does. It's like the season 3. Sneak, 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 sneak.
Ha. Shira.
Kashira. Oh.
Makes sense. Makes
They're
sense.
really feeding us cute stuff, aren't they?
We need it. We need it real bad.
Also, I think this is the first time they've explained the physical contact is how they spread mana in the anime.
Yes, this is the first time.
Yeah, wow. Bram made potatoes. Amelia made the rest.
Honestly, good job, Amelia.
Yeah,
Impressive.
Amelia's infamously
Yeah.
not a great cook.
I was gonna say, this looks really good for both of them. What the fuck?
I suppose Rom knows the steps because she could teach Subaru as well.
It's
That's
the difference
true.
between making good homemade meals and like gourmet restaurant quality shit that Red makes, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Damn. Busting out the W in the middle of dinner.
Yeah, don't drop the W word.
Let's go.
What?
Hey, yo, Charlotte and Ellen asleep tonight. Let's go.
Mm.
I love how Subaru doesn't even react to that. He's just like, it's not worth it.
Thank you so much, Jay Dudley.
They brought it with them from the mansion, Fishy Gal. I think they have like 2 months worth or so.
Mm-hmm.
They did stock up. They prepared. She's so adorable.
One fishy gal, Shella is definitely not a she's the furthest thing from one.
I think she can
Oh, this
barbecue.
guy. Yeah, mob beasts.
This OST's familiar.
Yeah, but it's not. I think
I
it's
think
like
it's a green room theme.
I like the little bit of reverb with like the really slow strings. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
This gives me motifs of searching for sunlight or searching for the light from season 1.
Oh, searching for sunbeams. Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Very similar.
That's what I was thinking.
That parallel, yeah, the motif is similar too. Oh, you can hear it right here.
I'm liking that a lot of the music is calling back to a lot of season 1 music, even if it's not necessarily the same.
Especially because they're like retreading Subaru's story with Julius here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eunice is like, huh? I don't give a shit.
Ram.
Oh look, she still exists.
She finally woke up too. Got pretty badly hurt.
Pete
Good old
Crochet.
Crochet.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Crochet. Whoa, she's 3D. I just realized.
Really good
Yeah.
3D though. Oh my god.
Yeah. What the hell?
Bird.
It's a bird.
Follow the birds. Have we talked
statues
about the
came to life.
symbolism of the doves yet?
Yeah, we
Yes.
did
Yeah.
actually.
We have discussed it, yeah.
Okay, cool. What did we agree on thinking it means? Or is that like a spoiler thing?
It relates to the Pleiades themselves
Okay, perfect.
in Greek mythology.
Yes, yes.
Ooh.
Ooh, new track too, maybe?
It looks like one of those fake walls in Dark Souls.
Yeah, it does.
I think
You can see the outline of the door.
I think this is that mysterious one that they were using before, but it's still.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think this was used underground at
tower
one
thing.
point, maybe.
Yeah. I can't wait to get these tracks. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it
Oh.
is Dark Souls! Why do I hear
crawling.
bass music?
This whole season has been Dark Souls.
Oh, that's so fun.
Whoa.
Her people!
All birds must be followed. That's right, Glitch.
What's an ocean?
Totally forgot.
What's a romantic?
What's that? Oh my gosh, one fishy gal, that's good.
That is so many doves.
She's just the crazy bird lady.
Are they all, like, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are looking at him too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that'd be white.
Mm.
Man, all that bird shit that's been piling up in the tower.
That's what I was about to say.
Dinky, I thought that was just Shala.
When you haven't had a shower in 400 years.
That's some miasma, right?
Oh god.
That's why. Ooh. She's reflected in the... They're both reflected. Weird.
Oh, interesting. The vocal shift is so good.
Ugh.
That be foreshadowing?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the tagline of the marketing for the season on the posters. Oh, we're getting into that.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's so weird to see her as a kid now. Ooh. E. Freddy. Eyes of spirits reflect people only human eyes don't reflect.
Well, the
Good question.
human eyes reflect each other when they kind of see them as a... It's usually done in, like, emotional beats.
Mm-hmm. Good idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
You have the crazy amounts of Javald.
Yeah, I was about to say, real
Well, that-
cool to
that
say
is
that
your
after you
fault.
blasted her entire energy.
Javald!
I just thought Julius was our best bet. Fucking sure, fam.
Fucking divine protection of every spirit loves me.
Yeah.
Gunner 100%. This OST is wonderful. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, boy, here we go.
Someone touch the founding titan?
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh no. Backhand.
Ooh. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Yeah, one fishy gal, 100%. It is so cool. I should looked into it.
Oh. His sword's fixed.
It was in the green room, lying next to him.
That's right. Yeah, that's what fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Radio, 100%. Yeah.
Good question, Freddy.
Oh.
We'll come
Ugh.
back to the sword fixing option soon. We'll come back.
Oh,
buddy.
my god.
Ugh. Oh.
God, this scene's so good.
Mm.
Asking the question we are asking.
Thank you, Julius. Did you see Subaru's face in that last shot?
Yeah. He's like, oh. He's going back and forth between, wow, this is great, and then, oh, no, no, no!
Agreed, Gunner.
Mm-hmm. Whoop.
Kind of a dick move, Subaru.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh! No!
It's nothing quite so depressing as feeling like someone you thought was your closest friend doesn't trust you.
Mm-hmm. What is this track called? Oh my... Is this the one from Parent and Child? Oh, this track.
And that makes it worse.
Isn't this the Rem Death track?
No,
No.
that one's different. Jules Subi Divorce Act. I'll find it after this. I know it's between 3. It's not Wish on the Stars.
Jeez.
Man, Yusuke is such a good voice actor. The way he said Nay Summer there after that was great.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually just watching the entire time.
Mhm. I mean, she could have.
The doves are actually just ram.
They were when they were on their way
Yep.
to the tower. Good question.
I love
Fishy
how, like, the tracks have been great this episode, but when they let silence sit in this episode, it really, you feel it.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Go.
And episode's already over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Dun dun dun.
It's
Da,
over
da,
already.
Eli, it's Amelia and Julius together. Mostly Amelia, though.
My heart, a storm of feelings survive. Hey, Yamito.
Wow.
Later.
That was great.
Oh, I want more.
Is there any
Why do I have to
after
wait a
credits?
week?
No, it just goes through the credits.
Boo.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Fishy Gal. That's a change they've done a little early. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that's just an artistic decision they've done. I remember first reading that scene and being so confused at what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It goes so
I mean, it
fast.
is confusing.
Yeah, because like I finished it and like, why did he just scream that? What on earth just happened? Had to go into the comments of the chapter and for people to explain he lost his memories. Like, oh, that's whoops.
And like your memories being lost, Shala tosses all the pages of a book of the dead into the wind, you know?
It wasn't Wish of the Stars, was it?
Well, well, well.
Well,
Eli, you get
well.
one. The joke
Who's who?
you rid of
Yeah.
that joke.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, this is gonna throw such a loop into anime onlys.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah,
those
anime onlys.
those of them in the chat, what do you think
Yeah.
of this twist here? Not only has Julius discovered the secret of Fox Cidna, they're all still stuck before Reed, but seems like Subaru has forgotten Amelia and Beatrice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's fantasy.
Well, it's time to reset, no matter what, right?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, me neither. Jack of all trades. Actually, seeing this in animation come to life, even on like one of the slower animated episodes, it's still kind of unreal that we're here.
Yeah, the
Like this-
developments of this episode is definitely a turning point in the arc, and it totally brings up, I think, one of the foremost questions of this arc, which is related to memory and identity, and who it means to be a person or to, embody your own ideals, right? like Julius and Anastasia just had this conversation, and they're pretty much both struggling through things. Because obviously Anastasia's not actually Anastasia, even though she pretends to be Anastasia. Julius is struggling with who he is as a person, and now, just to throw an entire wrench in that, now Subaru seems to be. It then, you know, does a lot about how people perceive you, and also how you are perceived, or how you want to be perceived, I should say. That's sort of what this arc's about, and what forms somebody. Like, the experiences that form people is in their Books of the Dead, and you could see and impart the wisdom of how somebody became who they are. So these themes are very heavily tied into this arc as a whole.
It is. The whole confrontation there was so tense the entire time. Like, you know, we've read the stories, we know what happens, but it still feels like at any point Julius could just snap and push forward a little bit to take out the person that's taken his his lady hostage, or completely taken over her body. He's at such a low point right now, and then Subaru's betrayal added on to that. Oh, it's brutal.
It's pretty rational to be betrayed by this. I mean, I think, you know, Subaru has his reason, right? Because he believes that he's the only person informed about the way in which things like Echidna works, you know what I mean? That he's the only person who can understand what it means to be tied to a malevolent entity like Echidna, and that he feels like these are things he needs to burden on his own shoulders. Nobody else's, right? And that's a characteristic of Subaru that we see throughout the entire story, that he wants to shoulder things all by himself.
I think part of it is a rational decision for him to make. Like, in that moment of, like, without putting... The problem is he didn't put feelings into it. He said, okay, like, this, we're already, like, kind of defeated after a lot of the bad stuff that happened in Pristella. Let's not add on... I don't want to add on to the rest of our team's burdens while we're going to do something that is incredibly difficult and dangerous. Like, it's very much like... It's a strategist kind of idea and play from him, but it's not a decision he's making, like, from the heart of who Subaru is. And I think that's when we see a lot of big, like, more deep flaws from Subaru come out, it's like those moments in Arc 4, or that decision he makes at the beginning of this season, right? Where he tries to play it the logical way and the rational way, when you cannot remove emotion from any of these situations, and doing that is more harmful than good. In the long run, at least. Because now it's blown up on him, and now he's fractured a relationship that was really important, and a relationship he just saved, too. This episode is such a great follow-up to the last one, because it builds so well on it, in that it doesn't make the last episode redundant. Like, the impact is still really heartfelt and meaningful, but what it does add is undertones to the previous episode, of the fact that Subaru isn't being completely 100% honest with Julius in that relationship. They're not on equal footing, which Subaru tried to portray that relationship as, and which is what Julius wants their relationship to be. And that's why Julius, not only tells him off the way he does, but also, like, really gets into his knight's armor again. He's no longer Julie in that moment, right? He's Julius.
Yeah, he has to put the barrier back up. And one, because there's a potential enemy right in front of him, and two, because the friendship that just got reinforced is now immediately fractured again, and he can't be... As soon as he was vulnerable, that got betrayed.
And it's heartbreaking, and I think ultimately it's like, Subaru not, like, lashing out is obviously a showing of his character growth, that he's not completely, like, digging into himself after that happened, but you can tell he's very upset, even with the way he speaks to Ram, right? Like,
he knows what he knows that what he did was logically right, but it's not emotionally correct, you know what I mean?
And in a situation like the one they're in, where every team member matters and it's just there's so much unknowns, a fractured relationship is not good, especially for poor Julius, who was really relying on Subaru to be his rock in that moment. So I think, whilst obviously this sucks for Subaru, ultimately this is really hurtful for Julius, and Subaru's put him in a really unfair position that it's totally valid the way Julius reacted to it. Like, it's very understandable.
Yeah. And it makes sense, obviously. I mean, Julius is in a really tough position. I think it's one of the more intriguing positions we've seen a side character in a very long time, in terms of the depth of all the things that the character is dealing with. You know, there's many layers to the betrayal and hurt that he's experiencing. But at the core of who Julius is, that he's somebody who can understand and be very pragmatic when it comes to his own feelings or his way forward.
Mm.
That said, we've seen a lot more of an emotional side of him recently because of his vulnerability. And I think that doesn't change the core of who he is when he's able to accept the fact that, you know, he has to work with Fox Idna in this way.
Yeah.
But he's more betrayed by Subaru than he is of somebody who seems to care for somebody that he cares about deeply.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's also one of those really well character written moments from Teppei, where not only is the dialogue great, but the underlying themes, it's like, of course, at the end of the day, Subaru is the one in the wrong here in terms of the meaningfulness of the friendship he has with Julius. But it's not like his decision is not understandable. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very much, I can see both sides of this. I know one is in the wrong, but it's very much like dilemmas you'll come across in real life, where there are disagreements between people and you can see both sides, and it's a really heart-wrenching sort of feeling, where it's not necessarily, like, relationship ending, but at least in the short term, it's like, oh man, like, that's
which
rough.
makes the ending of this episode even more impactful,
Yes.
because there's something very human about a situation like this, that you have an argument with somebody, and then you're, like, thinking about, like, okay, that wasn't, like, so irreparable that we cannot be friends anymore. I need to think about, process what I have to do to apologize, process how best to move forward, and you just both have to kind of separate for a moment, and you're thinking about it, and you're like, maybe in a few hours I'll have a conversation with this person.
Exactly.
When I next see them.
We need to cool
But
down.
Subaru doesn't even get the opportunity to do so, which feels so much more human as, like, an issue than, like, a world's stake or whatever. Like, as a person, this unresolved bit of, you know, character drama feels even more personal than, like, oh, I need to become myself again because, I don't know, the world's about to end. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's smart, because, like, as a reader, you read this and you're like, oh, I hope that they can figure out how to talk about this properly. And then what happens at the end happens. Yeah.
I mean, even, like, all of these interactions and how this plays out is really interesting, too, from a thematic perspective, where we keep on getting these things from Shawla that Subaru is supposedly this Flugel person, which, we don't know if that's true. But what's interesting about that is that we keep on getting this setup of, like, oh, so maybe was it Flugel that set this tower up, and they keep on talking about how the person that set up this tower is an asshole, and it kind of feels like what Subaru did there was an asshole strategic foresight move, you know? Like, and I feel almost as if, and obviously this isn't told out loud, but subtextually, I wonder if Subaru is kind of reflecting on that in the moments after that conversation, when he's a bit more down, of like, was I an asshole like the person that set this tower up? Did I do something like that? And it's a really interesting way to reflect on, like, all of the themes of the story in this season so far, adding on layers to the dialogue and relationship that they have that's just kind of fractured. Because ultimately, this is a huge tragedy, because Julius is now going to feel extremely guilty that he made that he ended that conversation the way he did with Subaru. If Subaru's memories are gone, like, how is that going to make Julius feel? He's not only going to feel guilty, he's going to be distraught, because the last person he has in the world who not only knows him, which a whole big part of Julius's identity is that by someone knowing him, that is his identity. He is, like, being this chivalrous knight, and someone being able to, like, know of him and what he does adds credit to that, and that's taken away. That's another, like, dig into his identity, especially with
Yeah.
that last part of the last episode where he talks about his admiration for Subaru in that moment in Arc 3. That's taken away from Julius, and that was like the last emotional anchor for him.
Yeah, that's also the last and basically only person that knew him for being Julie as well as being Julius. Whereas everyone else here, aside from Anastasia, if none of them had forgotten him, their relationship with him wouldn't be basically any different than it is now. He's the very powerful knight that came along with them from a different camp.
I guess
But
in that
with-
sense, Julie is kind of dead too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Similar situation to Rem, that the identity of Julie is lost from the world because no one remembers that name anymore. No one knows of who he is. It's just like what happened to him in last season when he lost his name in the first place. Now a part of his identity has been stripped from the world,
Yeah.
which is unbelievably cruel that this has happened to him.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the fact that, I think this is something that we overlook because we already know this happens, but, like, this is probably the first time in which somebody suspects Subaru of something very clearly and says it outright to his face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when Foxina's like, okay, but who are you really?
Yes.
I think that's the first time somebody's hinting onto something that nobody else has really formally hinted onto, properly yet. Like,
Yeah.
you're like this person. Like, why are you all the stuff that you know just coincidence? Like, that doesn't seem possible.
There's also just, aside from this instance, the only other time we've gotten anything like that is Rem suspecting that he is a spy there to either attack them or attack Amelia.
Yeah.
Way back in the loop that Rom kills him,
Mm-hmm.
which did not end well for him. So people being suspicious of him when his story starts to crack is a problem, especially now that he can't defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting in that there's so much of this season so far is focused on identity, of who you are, of who you're becoming, of what you will become. And it, like, a big element of, like, because a big element of the marketing for the season on a lot of the posters is the big tagline for the season is "Who are you?" Right? And it's not just a question posed to Subaru, or it's posed to Julius, it's posed to a lot of the characters here, but it's posed especially to Subaru, in that sense of Subaru doesn't really have, like, this idea of a preordained destiny that you get in a lot of these isekai, right? Like, he doesn't really know what he's supposed to be or what role he's playing, you know?
Aside from, I want you to come and kill me.
Yeah,
From
exactly.
Stella.
But that's not an immediate, like, archetype he can place, right? Because in a lot of these isekai, there's an archetype that a lot of the main characters follow that they kind of lead into, and there's like a destiny that kind of comes with that. Subaru's kind of lost in that sense, and the thing that's kept him moving is his relationships with people and his determination. But he doesn't really have, like, a big part of his story is, like, combating fate, and destroying this bad fate for everyone around him. And he, in a sense, it's also kind of lonely and, like, lost, because, like, a big part of his identity and a big reason why he was so happy to be isekai'd in the first place was because he could be Natsuki Subaru, not Natsuki Subaru, son of Kenichi Natsuki, And now it's a whole thing of not only is the Subaru before he loses memories at the end there, not only is he, like, clearly self-reflecting and looking a bit upset, he doesn't know who he is. But now we have a Subaru that has like, it's just, like, forgotten stuff, and now it's like, what's crazy is that he doesn't know who he is, even less so, and now it's just like a constant question of, like, what am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to live up to? Yeah, just fun, really, really great, like, story writing, like, character writing itself.
Mm-hmm. One thing I
Pickle,
wanted to
that was
point
my
out.
theory. a long time ago. Go ahead, Kylie.
Yeah, that is a good theory. One thing I wanted to point out, I just didn't have a time to do it, but since we're on towards the end of this one, that OST I kept saying, like, I know this. It's a recall to season 2. It's called Journey of Memories. We see it in Amelia's final trial with Echidna. And it's during the point where we're looking at Fortuna and Geese. One, Amelia's wearing Fortuna's outfit to a T. I just saw it. I sent it to the boys. It is the exact same identical outfit. So double the cosplay. You're welcome, everybody. Secondly, it plays through the entire time while she's sneaking around the elf village, which is super interesting that they played it again for Julius. And since it's called Journey of Memories, obviously it's Julius dealing with his grief. But I like that we're using these tracks in very specific ways that still attach to Echidna, even this far away, even though it's not. It's a callback for Julius, but it's not the same as Amelia. And it's okay.
Even musically, we're feeling Echidna's influence in the story. Like,
she's always there. She's always there.
She's always there. Just when you think Echidna's not in the story, she's in the story.
Yeah.
They're all along.
For anime only, it's just as points of reference. Arc 1, 2, and 3, which is like your capital, then the mansion situation, and all in the capital, all orchestrated by Roswaal trying to fill Echidna's wishes. Arc 4, which is season 2, is all with Echidna in the library, not the library, the graveyard. And Arc 5, season 3, the main things the witch cults are after are Beatrice, a spirit created by Echidna, and the Tome of Wisdom, the book created by Echidna. It's all.
Wait, they were after Beatrice?
Yeah, they're an artificial spirit.
Oh my god.
Now, we do know retroactively that could also mean Fox Idna.
That's true.
Yes,
also
but
Echidna.
Beatrice is like the known one, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just permeating throughout everything.
It's all her fault.
Oh my gosh, now I'm thinking of everything else. Holy shit. Now I think we should move into the light novel section and the web novel section.
Okay.
Echidna, yeah, she's everywhere. But we'll have to see you all next week with the repercussions of this brand new isekai anime this season, right? This
yeah, new isekai show.
Seems like people already know him.
That's
a weird setup.
I would watch the shit out of that though. Can you imagine how like disorienting that would be, but also really filled with like interesting story beats? Like you start a story
into a hero.
Yeah, you isekai into a hero, and they've had all of these relationships, and you know nothing. That would be a fucking character study anime right there. I'm just saying.
It'd be brutal because it's just killing the person that was there before when you just come in and replace them.
Pretty much.
All right, but we shall bid goodbye to our anime only friends. Come back next week and the following weeks. There's going to be some really, really exciting stuff happening and coming up soon.
Oh, it's
more than that,
so good.
We'll ruin the story.
Yeah, please, we don't want to spoil you. Run away.
Bye.
All right.
One thing I want to point out. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Novel
Connor,
spoilers up through the end of Arc 9 and the latest If is what we'll state here.
Oh, and the latest If? Okay, let me know and I'll deafen.
There won't be much. Just that's like our general.
You don't have to.
Yeah, that's just the general
default
rule at the moment.
I don't think we'll mention anything about it.
Yeah.
Much.
All right, continuing that Echidna discussion as well. Arc 6 and the tower itself, created by Echidna. All of the Books of the Dead, created by Echidna. Arc 7, Arc 8, all from Sphinx, created by Echidna. Arc 9, Al as student of Echidna, created by Echidna. It's all her.
The Kingdom, created
Arc
by
10 is Arc 10 is Arc 10.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Dragon Pact was one of her fucking machinations too at this point. I wouldn't fucking put it past her.
Yeah. Speaking of, we need to catch up with Arc 10.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
It's gotten so good.
Need to edit the podcast. That's my goal this week. That is the one thing I will work on in between.
Yes, because we have a Melancholy If on the back burner.
Yeah, you got Melancholy If, and then we got the one with our other managers.
Right, yes.
A surprise one.
EX one.
Yes.
EX1.
Oh, sorry.
No
My
worries. It's fine. Surprise, guys!
Sneak peek for you still in the chat. But yeah, Echidna's behind everything here.
Yeah, she really is. Holy shit. She be the slipperiest of
It
slipperies.
really is that meme. It's all Echidna, always has been.
Echidna.
Mm-hmm. The question
Where's-
is just going to be which version of Echidna is behind which situation. Because
Too many.
there's 4 running around.
Yeah.
Well, they're not all running around. There's 4 in the story.
Yeah. I will say that, she definitely does do stuff here. I think like one of the interesting parts about this arc definitely is the fact that, you can kind of piece together what exactly happened to Subaru here, but there is like no hints besides the result. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The result's pretty obvious. You're like, oh, is this a like you see this and you're like, oh, this is kind of a gluttony thing, right? But like the way that's presented, it just like you're like, okay, but why is there no hints to that? There's like no real evidence whatsoever about that,
Mhm.
Aside from the fact that the gluttonies are in the OP, so if you're watching
Yeah,
that
if you're
and then going
looking
into the
at that,
episode,
you probably know. But,
Yeah, that's
You're
like
immediately
fucking
getting-
spoiler.
well, but they won't know what really happened. They're gonna think that
Mhm.
Lai and Roy are hiding in the tower somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
which is a different layer
Right.
of tension, and that's gonna throw them off of Meili's scent.
We're
obviously
That is true.
The
Oh,
way in
what?
which this happened is pretty interesting because it's not just that the gluttonies did this. They were doing some manipulation shit. They were doing some crazy
Mhm.
stuff.
Fuck the gluttony.
what's
Also,
Oh, go ahead.
Louis and Buffy are talking about Pandora briefly, with the doves and the bird, and I like that connection.
They really focus on those birds watching
Mhm.
them.
They do.
My
True.
first instinct is Rom was spying on them, and that's why she turned around and didn't go upstairs like she was planning to do so.
Oh,
But I don't
right.
think we have an answer.
I think at least thematically they represent Flugel.
Yeah, but
Like symbolically, but I would say I feel like this would be an interesting point to fill Pandora's like fingers like slightly handing a jar over the story a little bit here. And I think
I also
it would also make sense because Pandora would be wanting to have an active understanding of what Subaru's camp is getting up to because she's been avoiding them on purpose, right? It's almost clear that she has.
Mhm.
and the birds have been throughout the story. Like the white birds are from the beginning, just like Attack on Titan. They're like in every single part, and we see them quite a bit in season 3 as well. Like they're literally in the
Mhm.
opening.
And we see them in the capital
Guiding
too.
us.
And
Yeah.
we get a lot.
There-
We get a
there's
lot of imagery of
symbolism,
the white bird, like even in the season 3 trailer where we see that the bird like crumple
Mhm.
up into darkness.
Explodes. Yeah.
Which I do need to read up on that because I think I missed that explanation last time.
Also,
I need your
also-
help with Greek mythology. Is what I need.
yeah, the first trailer has white doves in the background too, like the very first trailer before the anime even came out.
For the beginning
Yeah,
of the
in
story,
that, like,
where it looks like a
church
mural.
background that everyone loves. Yeah.
Hmm. I think with that being said, like the presence or lack thereof of Pandora in the story always feels interesting, especially when we all kind of have the assumption that she is in the story. She just kind of erases herself out of there, right? I think that's kind of likely. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I agree, and it kind of goes well with Buffy's thoughts on Pandora. Kind of knows it's gonna be her end if she comes in contact with Subaru.
Mhm.
Right.
There's something about him.
I feel like the
Oh.
veneer of Pandora's like. I think an element of Pandora's authority is, at least from the nature of the story, I feel like RBD in some way should be able to trump it, you know?
Of course, I mean that's what we kind of got in a glimpse of, that this ability is unique in the sense that it's something that people can't. I mean, all authorities are like this in the sense that they are kind of impossible to beat. They're more than magic. They're more than they rewrite the rules of reality.
Just like we saw with Petra too, in Arc 9.
yes.
Yeah, like that also probably could fuck up Pandora and Reinhardt's fucking Phoenix shit. Also.
Right. I think, like that being said, like a part of the reason why she doesn't do this because obviously, authorities are able to beat authorities,
Mm-hmm.
and
Some are
they're
just-
the only real threat to
Mhm.
them.
Well, Subaru's Return by Death is also just seeming like the one that trumps all other effects.
Well, because if it removes the time they use, it removes the effects happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
even after experiencing Betelgeuse once, the next time he returns by death, he's able to start seeing the hands. It's like it just overrides stuff.
Well, the victory of, okay, so like, as an authority user, a way to be authority user is kill them because they're physical. They have regular physical body, right? The way in which you beat Subaru cannot be by killing him, and that is something that means that he has. I mean, we've seen how Al uses his authority in the same way, but like theoretically, Subaru can always succeed, and obviously we know that that's not only just the fact that he has this authority. It's also the fact that Satella is sort of looking out for when he respawns, right? So no matter what, he will always be in an advantageous position because she can see through the past, through the future. Like, she knows when to move the save point correctly. There's been times where she hasn't, and it's gone glitchy, right, as we saw in our...
it can be fallible, which is interesting. And I think what that is setting up is that RBD it's even not going to be a permanent fixture of the story, which was kind of crazy to even talk about. But it could even be an element of maybe the concept and the idea is the way we beat Subaru is by removing his connection to RBD. And then it becomes a thing of like, oh shit, the stakes are insane because now Subaru has to lock the fuck in,
That comes to the point of the question of can you? Because it's not his power, it's Satella's using it on him.
That's why you can break it, though, because that's the issue. The connection, if you cut the connection, he doesn't have access to it. That's the problem. Yeah. And that's where we get into I think late game stuff. But it's interesting to think about that. I think Teppei doing the experimentation he did with RBD in 7 and 8 was very much a foreshadowing to RBD potentially having problems in the future.
Possibly. We're getting a little out of scope of the episode today,
This is
though.
way too far away from the episode. Is there anything spoilers that we want to talk about this episode specifically?
Nah, right now my brain is stuck on the fan edit of adding Styx Helix to the end of the episode. I'm gonna go post it in our media section on Reverie.
Nice.
Something
I've been wondering about is Subaru's constant reflections of the guy who designed this tower as an ass, and Shala reinforces that it was Flugel that did it. But we know from later on that Echidna at least had a big part in it. How much of the issues that Subaru has with the tower's design are from Flugel versus from Echidna? I would see her putting in that test to get to her library of, the only people who can do this are those who are from another world.
No, I think...
she may have designed the idea of the exams because they're similar to the trials, but I feel like that would be a purposeful choice by Flugel to include that knowledge specifically.
One of the parts of this story that I think we're going to figure out is that just like Echidna is in love with Subaru, I think she was also in love with Flugel, and that there was times where they worked together to do magic stuff or with things like this, because I think they had similar personalities, at least at some point in time, maybe after Satella got sealed, that Flugel got corrupted by her, and we know that obviously she modeled Al after Flugel in a lot of ways. That is pretty much saying that if Shala says that her master's personality was awful, I believe her. I think it was him that designed these exams because that was the state of mind that Flugel was in at the time. Obviously, it paralleling exactly Subaru's, being perfect for Subaru is something that Flugel would know and do.
What is kind of interesting here, this is extra lore, but in one of the break times, we know that Geese knows Beatrice and Echidna. And what's kind of interesting about that is that it really makes you think that that connection is way stronger than I think anyone would initially thought when first learning about Flugel in this arc. like just the idea that it runs that deep. What I am curious about is I guess it means that like Pandora corrupting Geese, was that to make sure that he wasn't potentially there to help Subaru out and be the mentor like the Gandalf of ReZero? Like
I don't think
it's more-
Pandora's looking that far ahead. I don't think that that's part of her shtick or power set. That's
What-
more in Echidna's territory.
Well, no, I think it's pretty obvious what happened with Juice is that she was more interested in obviously stopping the Elven Forest, right? Then also taking Amelia. But the key, you know, the little thing that she's trying to unlock. Then, you know, obviously when Bishop Regulus, right, he kind of went in and did this on his own. She found it touching that Juice did what she did. She wasn't expecting it. She found it touching. She was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Like it was something that surprised her. That level of conviction that he had. Obviously, it messed things up, but we could see the fact that his sort of quote unquote messing things up probably led to a lot of the growth and development that both Subaru and Amelia went through. There's a reason why they're kind of the first people that they face as a witch cult. You know, it kind of shows a bit about the devotion that he had to Satella and all this stuff. It's a, you know, a level of unforeseen consequence that I think both Echidna and, say, Pandora could not possibly process, which is the love that he had for, you know, Amelia. And I think
'Cause
that
he's the
that is
goal.
a beautiful thing. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
But I think this is probably a good place to end it here because we're talking a bit more outside the scope of the series. What I will mention here is I'm so excited to see what Anime Onlys think of like the rest of the season going forward and like all of the stuff going on here because Amnesia Baru is a wild ride, but I think it's going to land really well in the anime.
People seem pretty optimistic about it online, from what I can see.
Which is very encouraging because most stories that have an amnesia plotline are very like, at least in internet culture, popularly panned. But yeah, with that, I think it's a good time for us to wrap up for today. Thank you everyone for stopping by and listening along with us and watching along with us. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and